O कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिम् यः पिबन् सततं रामचरितामृतसागरम् अतृप्तस्तं मुनिं वन्दे प्राचेतसमकल्मषम् गोष्पतीकृतवाराशिं मशकीकृतराक्षसम् रामायणमहामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनम् कपीशम् अक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमदां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं वाल्मीकिगिरिसम्भूता रामसागरगामिनी पुनादिभुवनं पुण्या रामायणमहानदी वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः मङ्गलं कौसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्धये चक्रवर्ती तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मंगलम सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Sampati's words were not fully convincing, but at the same time, Angada listened to him, explained the whole thing further, and Sampati came down only to say how he and his brother, Jatayu, younger brother, were in an adventure to heavens to know about the killing of Vrudra. And in the process, they were going around the Surya Mandalam, and there Jatayu felt very weak, and Sampati, as an elder brother, tried to protect him through covering him with his wings. And in the process, the wings were burnt and he fell down. And then Vindye aham patitaha, as he said in verse number 7 in canto number 58. And until then, until after that, and beyond that, he did not have Not until. Beyond that, he never had any more information about Jatayu. Bratuhu pravritim na upalakshaye. And then this way, when he was narrating his story, if you know about anything about what happened to Sita, if you are able to look at, because you, the vultures, have tikshna drishti. But that one Ravana who is short-sighted, Adirgadarshinam tam vai Ravanam Rakshasa Adamam Antike edi va dure edi janasi shamsanaha. Is he nearby us or far away? With your keen eyes, please tell us. Vultures are those, they fly high, but the eyes are very, very sharp and they can see what is happening in the ground or in the water also. And they can pick up the aquatic creatures right from the sky, diving directly into the water. They are extremely powerful. That way, their speed is also equal to that of a running antelope or a cheetah. So fast, extremely fast. And also, their eyes are very powerful. And so here they are asking, Angada asked this question in verse number 10, and then we proceed from there. Tado bravin mahateja.
Tato bravin mahateja.
Vrata jeshto jatayushaha.
Vrata jeshto jatayushaha.
Atmanurupam vachanam.
Atmanurupam vachanam.
Vanaran sampraharshayan.
Vanarantam praharshayan.
Nirdakta baksho gardroham.
Nirdagda paksho gartroham.
Gata viryaha plavangamaha.
Gata viryaha plavangamaha.
Vangmatrenu tu ramasya.
Vangmatre natu ramasya.
Karishye sahyamuttamam.
Karishye sahyamuttamam.
Janami varunan lokan.
Janami varunan lokan.
Vishno traivikramanapi.
Vishnu Traivikramanapi.
Devasura vimadamscha.
Devasura vimardamscha.
Okay. Yamrudasya vimantanam.
Yamrutasya vimanthanam.
Ramasya yadidam karyam.
Ramasya yadidam karyam.
Kartavyam pratamam maya.
Kartavyam prathamam maya.
Jaraya cha hritam tejaha.
Jaraya cha hritam tejaha.
Pranascha sitila mama.
Pranascha shitila mama.
Tadaha abravit. Mahateja Jeshto Jatayushaha Brata, the elder brother of Jatayu. Jatayushaha. Jatayush is the correct word. And so he said, Atmanurupam Vachanam, as per the situation demands, and accordingly, appropriately, Vanaran Sampraharshayan, making the monkeys get delighted, because now from unexpected source, they are going to get information. For they have been worried that they will not be able to find Sita and then ready to die. Now there is a information that perhaps would help them. So he says, Aham nirdakta pakshaha grudraha. I, the vulture, one whose wings are burned, gata viryaha, and also my strength is already gone, he plavangamaha, O monkeys. Therefore, Ramasya sahyam uttamam karishye vangmatrena. I help Rama in the form of only advising you, suggesting you certain things. That is the only help I can give at this point. I know all the words. Varunan lokan janami. Varunasya loka, Varunan loka. Because, I mean, he being a vulture and he has flown all over the place, entire area that is covered by the water, I know. I also know Vishnoho Traivikramanapi. Bhagavan Vishnu, when he took the form of a Vamana avatar, and he covered with one foot the entire heaven, the second foot the entire earth. And it is said the third one was interspace, but also we can say that according to the story, it was on the Bali's head. So the two regions which he had covered, that is of the sky, the heavens, or interspace and the entire earth. This also I know. The earth and the heaven, waters, all these three areas also I know. Devasara vimardascha amurdasya vimantanam. And I also know what happened during the time when Devatas and Asuras, when they did the Samudra Mathanam, I was a witness to that as well. And how the immortal nectar was churned out of the Milky Ocean. I was aware of that as well. This way, he was showing that how ancient he has been and living, and also he has that memory of all that. Yad idam karyam Ramasya kartavyam tad pradamam maya. Whatever needs to be done for the sake of Rama, that is being kept for me as a foremost. Tejaha jarayacha hridam tejaha. Due to my old age, my vigor, virility has been declined. Pranascha shitilaha. And also my pranas have become shitila, decayed, become weak. But my eyesight is still very good, and I am able to look at things from far. That is definitely still present. So this way, he had given introduction to what he is capable of. Taruni Rupa Sampanna.
Taruni Rupa Sampanna.
Sarva Bharana Bhushita.
Sarva Bharana Bhushita.
Triyamana Maya Drishta.
Priyamana Maya Drishta.
Ravanena Duratmana.
Ravanena Duratmana.
Kroshanti Rama Rameti.
Kroshanti Rama Rameti.
Lakshmaneti cha Bhamini.
Lakshmaneti cha Bhamini.
Bhushananyapi vidyanti.
Bhushananyapi vidyanti.
Apavidyanti, sorry. Gatrani cha vidhunvati.
Gatrani cha vidhunvati.
Surya Prabhaeva Shailagre.
Surya Prabheva Shailagre.
Tasya Kosheyamuttamam.
Tasya Kausheyamuttamam.
Asite Rakshase Bhati.
Asite Rakshase Bhati.
Yatava Taditambute.
Yatava Tadidambude.
Tam tu Sitamaham manye.
Tam tu Sitamaham manye.
Ramasya Parikirtanat.
Ramasya Parikirtanat.
Shruyatam me katayatah.
Shruyatam me kathayatah.
Vilayam tasya rakshasah.
Nilayam tatya rakshasah.
Putro Vishravasah sakshat.
Putro Vishravasat Sakshad.
Prata Vaishravanasya cha.
प्रातः वैश्रवणस्य च
अद्यास्ते नगरीं लङ्काम्
अध्यास्ते नगरीं लङ्काम्
रावणो नाम राक्षसः
रावणो नाम राक्षसः
इतो द्वीपे समुद्रस्य
इतो द्वीपे समुद्रस्य
सम्पूर्णे शतयोजने
सम्पूर्णे शतयोजने
तस्मिन् लङ्कापुरी रम्या
तस्मिन् लङ्कापुरी रम्या
निर्मिता विश्वकर्मणा
निर्मिता विश्वकर्मणा
जाम्बूनदमयै द्वारैः
जाम्बूनदमयैर्द्वारैः
चित्रैः काञ्चनवेदिकैः
चित्रैः काञ्चनवेदिकैः
प्रासैदैर्हेमवर्णैश्च
प्रासादैर्हेमवर्णैश्च
महद्भिः सुसमाकृता
महद्भिः सुसमाकृता
प्राकारेणार्कवर्णेन
प्राकारेणार्कवर्णेन
महता च समन्विता
महता च समन्विता
मया दृष्टा. By me it is seen. Ravanena Hiranyamana. By Ravana, one who was being carried away. Duratmana Ravanena. By the evil Ravana, one who has been carried away. Who? Taruni, very young. Rupa Sampanna. Rupena Sampanna, the one who is endowed with great beauty. Sarvabharana Bhushita, and also wearing various kinds of ornaments. Rama Ramedi, Lakshmana iti, Bhamini Kroshanti. Present continuous. The one who is crying very loudly, Rama, Rama, hey Lakshmana iti. Bhamini, beautiful one. Bhushanan Vidyanti. On all the ornaments that she was wearing, Vidyanti, with these two actually prayers. Apavidyanti, when you add upasarga apa, it is to throw. With C4, with is to pierce, to, and we have the word that comes in Mundaka Upanishad also. Pranavo dhanusharo hyatma brahmatal lakshamudyate apramatena vedhavyam. That is vedhavyam. With is the root there. To be pierced. Vedhavyam. So with Veda, C3 is to know. With, so Veda. So apavidyanti. So while she was throwing away the apavidyanti, throwing away the bhushnani, apavidyanti, gatrani cha vidhunvanti. Dhun is to tremble, tossing away. So her gatrani, her limbs were, she was throwing away her limbs, meaning getting agitated, and hands and legs have been, she was making all sorts of gestures. I have seen this, Maya Drishta. And Tasyaha Kroshe Yomuttamam, her very clothes that she was wearing, silk clothes that she was wearing, Shailagre Surya Prabha Iva. It's a beautiful simile here. Shaila Agre Surya Prabha Iva. At the summit of a dark mountain, how bright sun. In the same way, considering Ravana as a dark mountain, think about it, dark mountain. At the top of it, you will see the sunrise taking place. Sun's rays are there, coming out slowly. In the same way, that of the Rakshasa, she was so bright with her bright clothes. Asite Rakshase Bhati. As she was dark asite rakshase, the dark rakshasa, yata bhati va tadida ambude. Then also another example he gives among the dark mountain between the ambuda, between the clouds, how the lightning so brightly seen. Tadita ambude. Tadita means tad is to strike. Tadita, striking, meaning the lightning, how it breaks as though breaking the clouds. In the same way, at the background of the dark mountain called the Rakshasa, here Ravana, she was showing so bright, so I could not have missed it. I definitely saw it. Who is this Ravana? Vishwavasaha putraha sakshat Vaishravanasya brata. Vaishravana is the Kubera, and it's a cousin brother, stepbrother of Kubera, as well as the son of Vaishravas. Vaishravas is a great rishi, and he is the son of this Vaishravas. Vaishravana is the other son, stepson, the other son from born out of other mother, and that is Kubera. Lankam Nagarim Adhyaste. He, the one who is the chief of the Lanka Nagari, Ravana Nama Rakshasa. As I have said earlier, Gurudev had mentioned very clearly, beautifully, Rakshasa, if you put it other way around, Sakshara, which is to say, is not an unlettered, uneducated brute. He is a very intelligent, extremely alert, brilliant, well-read, educated, but evil. Nowadays, you can see it is educated evil that is most dangerous than the uneducated brutes. Because educated evil will do evil things very brilliantly. You will not be able to even notice it. But whereas if a brute does, then it's maybe looking very, worldly and what you call the prakrita. You can clearly identify this fellow is an evil. Nowadays in the movies also they show these evil people are extremely sophisticated. You will never know that they are doing it. And unlike, they are not the black, this is a big the mustache and then dark. These are all not there today. They probably in the old movies, they might have shown like that to make it clear that. Because in the Greek dramas, when they do the makeup, they want to distinctly show who is evil and who is, even in Kathakali and etc., they may show with the dark clothes, with the features that are very, very, looking very fearful, frightening. And that kind of a dress they wear. And then, because those times they did not have the lightening, other various ways to show the evilness of the person. So they need to depend upon how how people can visualize easily. So they wear that kind of a costume to show that they are evil. But nowadays we find, even among the people who are doing business in this world, and those who are educated, they are educated in Cambridge or Stanford and whatnot, full of evil. And until they are caught, you will never know that they are doing such vicious things. So here, Ravana, even though portrayed as a evil person, but he is not a person who is uneducated brute. Son of Vaishravas, and a person who has been ruling the entire Lanka with so much of prosperity. And we can see, I'm talking about that day's Lanka, not today's. Ito dvipe itaha, here, from here, this samudrasya sampurne shatayojane dvipe. From here, it is almost 100 yojanas, which is 800 miles. There is an island, Tasmin Lanka Puri Ramya Nirmita, Vishwakarmana Nirmita. It has been created by Vishwakarman, who is the divine architect of the heavens. It was created by him, Vishwakarmana Nirmita Ramya, beautiful Puri Lanka. Jambunada Mayaihi. Jambunada is a kind of gold available at the banks of Jambu Nadi. So Jambunada Mayai Dwarai Chitrehi, and the doors or the gates of this Lanka are made out of gold. Kanchana Vedikaihi, and also the terrace of all the buildings are also made of gold. Prasadaihi, of these various beautiful palaces. Hemavarnaischa, they are also of the golden color. Mahadbihi Susamakrita Lanka. With all these, this is very beautifully laid out, is the Lanka. Prakarena, Arkavarnena, and various mansions and corridors are also brightly shining like that of the sun. Mahata cha samanvita, with beautifully thus planned. Big city it is, and that is the prosperity of this Lankapuri, which Ravana is ruling. Tasyam vasati vaidehi.
Tasyam vasati vaidehi.
Dina koshaya vasani.
Dina koshaya vasini.
Ravanantapure ruddha.
Ravanantapure ruddha.
Rakshasibhi surakshita.
Rakshasibhi surakshita.
Janakasyatmajam rajnyah.
Janakasyatmajam rajnyah.
Tasyam drakshata maitilim.
Tasyam drakshata maitilim.
Lankayam mataguhaya guptayam.
Lankayamata guptayam.
Sagarena samantatah.
Sagarena samantatah.
Samprapya sagarasyantam.
Samprapya sagarasyantam.
Sampurnam shatayojanam.
Sampurnam shatayojanam.
Asadya dakshinam tiram.
Asadya dakshinam tiram.
Tato drakshata ravanam.
Tato drakshata ravanam.
Tatraiva tvarita kshiptram.
Tatreva tvarita kshipram.
Vikramadhvam labangamaha.
Vikramadhvam plavangamaha.
Jnanena kalu pashyami.
Jnanena khalu pashyami.
Drishtva pratyagamishyata.
Drishtva pratyagamishyata.
Adyapanta kulinganam.
Adya panta kulinganam.
Ye chanye dhanya jivinah.
Ye chanye dhanya jivinaha.
Dvitiye balibojanam.
Vitiyo balibhojanam.
Ye cha vriksha falashanaha.
Ye cha vriksha falashanaha.
Vasastu tritiyam gachanti.
Bhasastrutiyam gachanti.
Kraunchascha kuraraisaha.
Kraunchascha kuraraisaha.
Shenaschadurtam gachanti.
Shenaschadurtam gachanti.
Grudra gachanti panchamam.
Siddha gachanti panchamam.
Balaviryopapannanam.
Balaviryopapannanam.
Rupayauvanashalinam.
Rupayavvanashalinam.
Kashtastu pantahamsanam.
Pashtastu panthasam hamsanam.
Vainateya gati gatapara.
Vainateya gatipara.
Vainateyascha no janma.
Vainateyacha no janma.
Sarvesham vanarashabhaha.
Sarvesham vanararshabhaha.
Garhitam tu kritam karma
Garhitam tu kritam karma.
yena smapishita ashinah
Yena smapishitashinaha.
pratikaryam cha me tasya
Tikaryam cha me tasya.
vairam bhratrikritam bhavet
Vairam bhratrikritam bhavet.
tasyam lankayam vasadi vaidehi dina. There lives Sita, who is very pitiable indeed. Kausheya Vasini, she is still wearing those silken clothes which she had worn from here. Meaning, she has not changed her clothes even. She is so distressed. Where she is living? Ravana Antapure Ruddha. She has been prisoned, confined to Ravanasya Antapure, the backside of Ravana's palace. Antapura means interior, where nobody can see that easily. And Rakshasibihi Surakshita, and even being protected by the Rakshasis, the female demons, who this Rajnaha Janakasya Atmajam of the Rajna, of the king, this Janakasya Atmaja, one who is none other than the daughter of Janaka, Maitilim Drakshyata, Tasyam Drakshyata. You will see her. Here, by saying you will see her, he kind of predicting. It is not that you are able to see what I'm seeing. Drakshyata means you will see, meaning you will be able to go there to see her. Lankayam ata Guptayam Sagarena Samantatah. Guptayam Lankayam, this hidden Lanka, and this Sagarayam Sagarena Samantata, fully covered all the four sides by the waters, by the ocean. Samprapya Sagarasya Antam Sampurnam. Having gone there completely to that point, Shatayojanam, which is, as I said earlier, it is 100 yojanas, 800 miles. Dakshinam Tiram Asadya, having reached the southernmost point from here, Drakshata Ravanam, Tato Drakshata Ravanam. There you will see Ravana also. And having seen Sita and Ravana there, Tatra Eva Tvarita Kshipram Vikramadhvam. And there you show your prowess. Drakshata, you will, Kshipram Vigratvam Vikramadhvam. Vikramadhvam, you express your prowess and strength. Tvaritaha, quickly and very well. And Plabangamaha, you the monkeys. And how do I know? Jnanena kalupashyami. By intuition, I know that it is possible for you all to do that. Danena jnanena kalupashyami drishtva pratyagamashyata. Having seen her, you will definitely return also. That also I'm sure that you will be able to do. It's not only you go get stuck there, you will be able to come back also. Prati agamishyata. Adhyapanta kulinganam. Now, why do I say that? Please understand. All the birds of various kinds have got certain limits. First one is Panta, Adhyapanta kulinganam Yecha anye dhanya jivinaha. Those who are eating only the grains, and they are known as the sparrows. The sparrows are the first kind of birds who have very, very limited span of movement. And kulinga means ku-linga. Ku means kushta. Linga. Meaning they have on their body certain marks. Linga is a sign, a mark. So those who have marks on their body, they are called kulingas. So this are the first category of birds who have very, very limited span of movement. Second, Dvitiyaha Balibhojanam Yecha Vrikshaphalashanaha. The second category are the crows. The crows are eaters of the food kept for Bali. As you know, Hindu tradition is that they keep the food in the name of the ancestors, and these crows come and eat them. So they're called Balibhojanaha. Balibhojanam Echa Dvitiyaha. They are Vrikshaphala Ashanaha. They also eat the fruits of the tree. So they are the second category, and they have better span than even the sparrows. Bhasaha Tritiyam Gachanti. So the bhasas are those who are the herons, as it says, ospreys. Bhasaha Tritiyam Kraunchasta Kurarehi Saha. Ospreys and the herons, they are the third category in the way they can move. They go on a different height. So even in the aeroplanes also, there are different varieties of planes. Some of them go at a certain height only. They cannot go beyond that, maybe some 5 to 10,000 feet. There are some of them which can go to 20, 25. There are some jet, Airbus, etc. They can go 30, 35. So like that, various categories are there. Helicopters can go only certain height, maybe some 2,000 feet, 5,000 maximum. Then there are 5 to 10. Then there are 10 to 15. Then 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 20, 28, 30, 35. So when you take international flight, they go in 30, 32. And that way, what happens is at the same time, there are few flights can go at the same area without interfering with each other. They need to have a very good gap between them. Otherwise, the jet speed that they have, they will disturb the movement of other flights. So when you are approaching an airport, once I went with somebody in an aircraft, single pilot, single seat, I would call a pilot and a passenger. So when they keep telling the pilot, there is flight just that below you at the 1,000 feet, so maintain at 5. Because if you come down, you will be troubling the other one. So, and then they will tell you when to land, because there may be other flights coming down or taking off. You have to be very careful because you can't see much and you have to go by the ground, instructions. So there are different height of the flights. You might have seen near the airport, it will look like the flight is standing there. It is actually not standing. They are coming down at such a speed. When they start to come down, actually they are moving, but they are not moving in the forward direction. They are moving down. So you will see them as so stationary, but actually they are coming down to towards the ground. Anyway, so here Basaha Tridiyam. Shenaha, the hawks, Chaturtam Gachanti, and then the Grudraha, the vultures, they are the 5th. Rudraha Gachanti Panchamam. Then Balavirya Upapannanam, Rupa Yovanava Shalinam, Pantaha Hamsanam. A Hamsa bird can go higher than even the vultures, but they do not have the ability to look. That Tikshna Drishti was not there in the case of Hamsas, but they are able to move at their level 6. Sashtastu Panta Hamsana, that is Balavirya. They are stronger and more vigor, and also they are beautiful. So when they are moving, they are going in at such a height. But I'll tell you, Vainateya is the highest. That is, Vainateya is none other than Vinuta's son. That is Garuda. Garuda is the top. I mean, it can go higher than even all of them. Vainateyascha Vainateya Gatihi Para. And it is said, we are all Sarvesham Janma Vainateyacha. So it is said, so Vinuta had two sons. One is Garuda, another is Aruna. Aruna is the elder. As you know, Aruna was the Vinuta had the intent to kill her stepsister, not sister, stepwife of. So she had the intent to kill the Nagas, and therefore she wanted a son to conquer. And first son was conceived, but she was very eager. She delivered him before the due date. So what happened? He lost his limbs. He did not have the limbs properly developed. And therefore, he was gifted to Lord's son as a charioteer. He's known as Aruna. It's actually Aruna. The word Aruna is actually interpreted as Anuru. Actually, Anuru is the other name for him. Later on became Aruna, it is said by some scholars. Uru is thighs. Anuru means one who did not have thighs. Meaning he did not have anything beyond the waist. Uru was not there, thighs, and obviously legs were not there, feet was also not there. So he was born like that. And therefore he could not do anything else but to be a charioteer for son. So he is able to take care of that job, and very powerful, very swift, very quick in his movement. With the horses, he was able to move. That's what it means. So then Bhagavan's son took him as his charioteer to work for him. So that is why when a sun is about to race, it is the horses of the sun which will come. Race of the sun is called horses of the sun, led by Aruna. And this was Arunodaya, Arunachala, meaning he comes first to indicate that sun is coming. The charioteer comes first before the chariot owner comes. So that is how the first son was. The second son, that is Garuda, he obviously took care of the problem and killed all these Nagas. Of course, some of them survived, and then they became part of the lowest region. And they are always afraid. Garuda is the prime killer of all the Nagas. So these Vinuta's sons are the foremost among all, and therefore we are all descendants. All these vultures are all the descendants of Vainateya. Therefore they say, Vainateya cha janma sarvesham naha, of ours, e varanashabaha. Now, having explained the span of the flight or the movement of the birds, he says, Pishita ashinaha yena karma kritam garhitam. This Rakshasas, what they have done to Rama's wife and to Rama himself is definitely something which is to be, censured. Tasya pratikaryam me prakritam pratrikritam bhaved vairam. Whatever I have to do for the sake of helping you is a reply to what he has done to my brother. Pratrikritam vairam pratikaryam bhaved. Tasya. Me pratikaryam. My way of taking revenge on Ravana is this way, by telling you how to reach there or where she is. This is how I am going to help you. I get my revenge done through you all. Ihastoham prapashyami
Ihastoham prapashyami
Ravanam Janakim Tata
Ravanam Janakim Tatha
Asmakamapi Sauparnam
Asmakamapi Sauparnam
Divyam Chakshurbalam Tata
Divyam Chakshurbalam Tatha
Tasmat Ahara Viryena
Tasmadahara Virena
Nisargena Cha Vanaraha
Nisargena cha vanaraha
Ayojana Shatat Sagrat
Ayojana shatat sagrat
Vayam Pashyama Nityashah
Vayam pashyama nityashah
Asmakam Vihita Vrittihi
Asmakam vihita vrittihi
Nisargena Cha Duratah
Nisargena cha durataha
Vihita Vrikshamule tu
Vihita vrikshamule tu
Vrittischarana Yojinam
Vrittischaranayo dhinam
Yodhinam, correct. Upayo Drishyatam Kaschit
Upayo drishyatam kaschit
Langane Lavanambasah
Langane lavanam bhataha
Abhigamyatu Vaidehim
Abhigamyatu vaidehim
Samruddhartha Gamishyata
Samruddhartha gamishyatha
Samudram Netumichami
Samudram netumichami
Bhavadbhir Varunalayam
Bhavadbirvarunalayam
Pradasyam Budagam Bratuhu
Pradatyam yudakam bhratuhu
Abhyutakam. Okay, Pradasyabhyutakam Bratuhu
Pradatyabhyutakam bhratuhu
Swargatasya Mahatmanah
Swargatasya mahatmanah
Tato Nitva Tutam Desham
Tato nitva tu tam desham
Tire Nadana Deepatehe
Tire nadanadipatehe
Nirdakta Paksham Sampatim
Niddhagda paksham sampatim
Vanara Sumahojasah
Vanara sumahaujasaha
Tam Pupana Prapayitva cha
Tam punah prapayitva cha
Tam Desham Padageshwaram
Tam desham patageshwaram
Babuvur Vanara Hrushtaha
Babhuvur vanara hrishtaha
Pravrittim Upalabhyate.
Pravrittim upalabhyate
Here, here's the me, the one who is staying here. Aham Ravanam Janakim Tata Pashyami Prapashyami. I can very clearly see Ravana and Janaki from here itself. Because we do have a very, very powerful eyesight. Asmakamavi Sauparnam Divyam Chakshuhu Balam Tata. We have the ability to see very clearly Divyam Chakshuhu. A great divine insight we have. Balam Tata, and also Sauparnasya Balam, Garudasya Balam. Sauparnam Balam, Chauparnam Divyam Chakshuhu. So we have the eyesight that of the Garuda and also the strength of Garuda. So we are blessed with that kind of a power. Therefore, but of course, as I said, I'm not able to go there because of the inability to fly. Tasmad ahara viryena nisargena chavanaraha. Because of the very kind of food that we eat, and also the nisarga. Nisarga means by nature. Ni plus srij. Srij, srishti. Sarga. Sarga is creation. And then with the ni upasarga, it becomes ni sarga. Nisarga means the very origin of creation, which is called Prakriti. So Prakriti Bhavena, Nisargena cha. By nature, Ayojana shatat sa agrat vayam pashyama. Nityashaha. Always we can nityashaha pashyamaha vayam. We see. And what is ayojana shatat sa agrat? From this very point itself, sa agrat, at this very point, summit where I'm sitting from, I can very clearly see hundreds of yojanas. Ayojana up to 100, or up to hundreds of yojanas we can see. Yojana shatat, ayojana shatat, sagrat. Asmagam vihita vrittihi. Vrittihi, our sustenance of ours, vihita, nisargena cha duratah, because of by the very nature of ours, vrikshamole vihita cha vrittis charana yodinam. So our ability is the ability we have gained out of the kind of food that we eat, and by natural ability to look very far. So we can catch the prey very at a very distance. I know where to catch and how to catch, and we go and attack and get it. So we are not like those who are searching for food in this, where he compares himself saying that we are not those who are vrikshamole tu vrittihi charana yodinam vihita. So those who are staying at the root of a tree, their sustenance is merely whatever is available at the immediate proximity, and they fight only with their feet. Charana yoda, yuddham kuruvanti, charanena. They fight only with their foot. But we can fight with our wings. The wings are so strong, we don't fight with the feet, we fight with the wings, meaning we have extraordinary ability, and that is the nature of the vulture. Now, you have to find the method of how to cross over this ocean. Upayah drishyatam kaschit langane lavanambasa. Lavanambasa langane. Langana is to cross, to fly over, to cross or jump, to langyati means to jump or to swim across this very mighty ocean of lavana. Lavana means salt. So lavanambasa, the salty waters of the river and the ocean. Kaschit drishyatam upayah. Somebody, some way, kaschit upayah. So some way of crossing over this to be found out. Once you reach abhigamyatu vaidehim samruddhartha gamishyata. Samruddha artha. Artha, goal, here, samruddha, completed. You find some way to accomplish this goal. Samruddhartha gamishyata abhigamyatu vaidehim. Having reached Vaidehi, you will be able to accomplish your very task. Now, having said this, at this point, now I would like to go to the very ocean. Samudram netumichami. I would like to be led to that samudra. Bhavadbihi, by you all. Varunalayam samudram. The very ocean filled with water. I would like to go for what? Pradasya abhyutakam bhratuhu. For my brother's sake, where I have failed to do my final rites to him. You have told me that it was done by Rama, and because of which he had reached the very Sarga itself. Swargadasya bhratuhu mahatmanaha abhyutakam pradasya. And having given my prayers and my gratitude to him by offering water, And tato neetva tu tam desham thiro natanadipitehe. And also having that request has been made, so the sumahojasaha vanaraha sampraptim nirdakta bhaksham nadanadipite thire tam desham neetva, having thus, according to the request of the Sampati, the Sumahojasa, supremely, very highly powerful Vanaraha, Sampadim Nirdakta Bhaksham, this Sampadi whose wings have been burned, such one, having reached them Tam Desham, Tire, at the banks of at the shores of the ocean, Nitva Tataha, having led him there, then after that they put him back to his own place where he was originally from. And this is the Natanadeepa, that is considered as the very place where he was originally living there. Nadanadeepatehe Tire. Nadanadeepatehe Dire. So that is the very ocean shore. Okay. Nadi, you know, Nadi is feminine, Nada is masculine. So Nadanadeepa is considered as the nature of the very where all the waters where it will Nada Nadi Pate. Nada Nadi Patehe Tire. Pati is the Lord, and he is the Lord of Nada and Nadi. So therefore, Nada Nadi Patehe Tire. So the ocean, which is the very Lord of both Nada and Nadi. For example, all the Nadis, almost all Nadis are feminine, except one or two are there, but one you know very well, which is the one, Brahmaputra. You know, all others are feminine, Sindhu, Kaveri, Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Saraswati. All these are all feminine, but Brahmaputra, not Brahmaputri. So that is Nada. So one which is masculine. So having reached the place back, tam punaha prapayitva tam desham padageshwaram, having thus made him come back to his own place afterwards, after he completed his offering to the ocean, offering to his brother, tam punaha prapayitva, having brought him back, tam desham padageshwaram, Vanaraha Hrushtaha Babuhu. All the Vanaras were extremely delighted because now they have something to work on and they are no more afraid of Sugriva. Of course, now they have to think about how to go to Lanka, because this is not going to be easy. So Pravrittim Upalabhyate, they got their own, action plan. Now we have to seriously contemplate upon how we are going to cross this 100 yojanas and reach Lanka, and not only go there to look at her, but bring her back or come back with the information that needs to be accomplished. And that is how our next task is going to be. So they are now very thrilled to proceed on to the next stage of their plan. Ityarshre Srimad Ramayane Valmiki Adikavye Kishkindha Kande Ashtapanchashaha Sargaha. All right, who is going to chant?
I will do Swami. Aganita Guna Gana Bhushana Rama Asrita Vatsala Jaya Jaya Rama Ayodhyavasi Sita Rama Apad Bandhava Jaya Jaya Rama Dasarata Nandana Sri Rama Dasamukha Mardana Jaya Jaya Rama Kausalya Sutavardhana Rama कामित बलदा जय जय राम पाप विमोचन श्री राम पटाभिराम जय जय राम जानकी वल्लभ सीता राम जय रघुराम जय सिया राम वानर सेवित श्री राम वारधि वंदन जय जय राम हनुमत पूजित सीता राम श्री राम जय जय राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीता राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भय सब संतन की जय
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।